Frazier has quickly done away with Bob Foster and successfully defended his heavyweight championship of the world. The official time, 49 seconds of round 2.
Burns got several free shots, but Roberto is wobbling him. His leg is still wobbling, trying to cover up. Another stolen right hand by Thomas Hearns in a combination. The referee couldn't even watch it. He's up in the air again. Duran just fighting on instinct over here. He's just hanging up big again. That's it, Tim.
Frazier has quickly done away with Bob Foster and successfully defended his heavyweight championship of the world. The official time, 49 seconds of round 2.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. We may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
To debate the best pound-for-pound boxer of all time. It's an argument that will certainly fill debating chambers.
Really fought. That's what I consider he's the best fighter. Who's handled the best fighters of his time, not ups and downs his way through.
I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was.
He was, in fact, the greatest.
Only room for Sandra. I'm the best.
Who was the best of all time?
That's what we're going to discuss today, Trinity, when other people get here. So just be patient. I don't want to have to repeat it 15 times. Lexi, get off that counter, honey. Somebody out there let me know if you all can hear me when I talk. I know there's a little bit of a delay on it, but having a little trouble with my video resolution. We'll have to work that out later. Thank you, Haley. I'm just checking to see who's gotten assignments done. Some people still haven't logged in. I got to send emails today, I guess. All right, everybody have any questions so far? I see a whole 8 people here. Besides Trinity's, how are we going to do work hours if work was closed? Discussed that with one of the counselors the other day, and feeling is that the state is going to be fairly lenient with how we credit you for your co-op work hours. So there will be either one big or 2 small assignments to get your credit for co-op, your work hours. Well, I don't want to say 2 small assignments, 2 smaller assignments. I'm leaning toward one big assignment. It'll look big, but it's really not. So. But y'all do know your grades are going to go in by tomorrow, so you need to make sure you get everything as much completed as possible. As soon as I decide what you're going to do, Trinity, I got a couple things in mind, so I'll do a little research next couple days, and hopefully by Monday I will have made up my mind what I want you to do. That will give you, 6 weeks to get it done? Should be plenty of time. And I'll post it up on Google Classroom, the parameters of the assignment and whatnot. It's probably going to be a paper. I got a couple things to check out before I can assign that. Just make sure you all are logging into the Business U site and getting your assignments completed today, if possible. Monday, I'll probably post up some Newsella articles too. I didn't do any this week, but next week there definitely will be some. That may have something to do with what your parents have it restricted on there. So, did you log in with your school account or with your own account? If it's your school account, it might be restricted. If it's not, see, this is on my regular account. I don't have it on my school YouTube stuff. And I don't know anything about how to disable the restrictions on your computer. So, you may have to Google that to see how it's done, because I don't know. Because I do know this is, I labeled it for adult content because some reason YouTube won't show it. Some of the stuff that I put on there, it's weird. YouTube's got some weird algorithms about stuff. Okay. So just, Haley, if you weren't here, somebody asked about work hours and stuff like that. So if you, we're going to have some kind of project to do. So that will be announced by Monday. What you have to do, where you have to turn it in. I'm going to see if we're still using turnitin.com if I do a paper. So you will not be able to plagiarize it. And I'm leaning toward doing a paper, which won't be, I'll give you exactly all the stuff you need to go look up, so it won't be anything huge. All you have to do is go find the information, make sure that you don't just copy and paste all the information, make sure you type it out yourself, and then we'll do it that way. And anybody that you happen to run across that hasn't been logging on or anything, like maybe Nolan and Kobe and Marlena, Kiera, and Zakiah, they need to get, I'm going to send emails to their addresses that I've got, but somebody needs to maybe talk to them and understand that they got a lot of zeros going into gradebook here in just a short time. Even if you are unemployed now, what does unemployed now mean? I mean, the co-op portion is going to be covered by the paper. The paper is going to be separate from the stuff I have you doing online. The paper will cover your work hours, if that makes more sense. I'll just have to figure out whether you get a half or a full credit. That I don't know yet. I'm working with one of the counselors to figure out what we're going to do with that. Yeah, this grading period, I'm going to go in and give everybody 100% for the work hours type stuff from both first and second grading period. Whatever it says on Infinite Campus, I don't have that up right now, Haley, because I don't want to share everybody's grades. But I think I put the first 2 weeks' assignments were due like tomorrow. And then I'm put another week of assignments, 2 weeks worth of assignments are going to be due next Friday. That gave you 4 weeks to work on 3 chapters, basically. And the stuff's really easy. All you have to do is go in, do a little bit of reading, take a multiple choice quiz. I might have put some, a little minor writing assignment on there, like you have to explain a topic or something like that. So just basically, you want to look at Business U and make sure that you get 100% of the assignments done. That's going to go a long way to getting 100% on all the assignments. If I get 100% participation from you, there's absolutely no way you're not going to get a decent grade. And also, Haley, remember that all that stuff, especially with your alls, it's not just done by weeks. You need to go and see everything that's selected on there, because there were some assignments on there that don't have anything on it, and it was just teacher will give you the assignment, and I'm using just the stuff they have on the site right now. So you'll need to look through everything that's due. It should be highlighted somewhere on your end. I can't see your screen, so I don't know what it says. But if you look at what I've got selected, let's see. It'll say pending tasks on my side, at least, if you can see this. Jackson, that's Mr. Smith, sir. You don't want to get banned 2 minutes into the broadcast. But it tells you the pending tasks. It should somewhere. So it also tells me who's submitted stuff. I can look at your grades. I'm not going to do that right now, and there should be somewhere on there where it says schedule. and view schedule. If you look at that, anything that's highlighted in green is what you need to do. So you see, I've got stuff all the way down through week 5 and 6, I believe, or at least week 5. So that doesn't mean that it goes by weeks for us, because I looked at a lot of it, and it's just a little bit of reading, answer a few questions, then total recall questions. You may have to write those in the box or whatever, or answer questions about it. So just make sure that you get everything highlighted in green, as you can see, done. Anything that's red, you can't access anyway. So there's articles, it's kind of like Newsela articles, but it's a little more informative. I don't know, Jackson, have you? Like I was telling some of my management students there, you just need to look at the class that you're in, which is sports marketing. And then I'll have to go to reports, sports marketing. You and your brother are pretty close. One of you's got 89%, and the other one's got 93% done, so or at least visited. You haven't spent very much time on task, one of you, so there's what it says right now. So you just need to go in, like I showed a second ago, for sports marketing, and look at the schedule. And anything that's highlighted in green, I've got like 3 weeks worth of stuff, because your alls follows more of what our textbook is about than my management class. So if you have 3 weeks of assignments, then that's what you need to do. I did put in some questions on week 3, like there'll be a teacher additional activities that I put in there that I ask you a question to answer, so you'll need to go in and make sure you get that done. Yes, Isabel, there'll be places for them on Google Classroom for the other stuff. I think I had everything. Well, I'll have to check and see what I posted last, but Week 5 done by next Friday. That is correct, Haley. Jackson, I can't tell exactly what you have and haven't done without looking at your stuff individually, and I'm not going to do that with everybody on here. So you just need to make sure you have plenty of time, I'm sure, to get stuff done. Anything that's green and highlighted and get it done. If you're ahead, then get ahead. That way you won't have to work so hard later on. I'll be posting more stuff up Monday for your all's class. So week 4 will come up Monday. So and that's for sports marketing. Alex, how are you doing? You better leave Haley alone. Let her get her work done. Excuse me. 9, so I need to post up 10. Yeah, and I probably will do a live video type chat at some point too, because we can do that on Google and stuff now too. So, yes, Isabel, if you're still there, everything from lesson 10 is posted up on the website. I will put up 11 and 12 right now. Yeah, you know, hanging in there. Playing a little golf in the afternoons. Sorry, boys and girls, just catching up on my digital literacy assignments here that I forgot to post up. Thanks to Isabel letting me know that I forgot. All right, so anybody that's here still here from my management class, make sure you get a hold of, try to get a hold of Marlena and Zakiah, Kiera, Jacoby. Who else was it? Didn't have anything in. And I will email them, but you can tell them to be looking for an email from me. I'm probably going to email directly to parents that will be assured that I get stuff done. Nolan. So, all that needs to get done. Haley, that's a good question. I think depending on what happens the next couple of weeks, if the decline starts and the virus projections, and I think with some states will get back to normal, some won't. New York and stuff will probably be shut down, I don't know, till June maybe. California, any place where it's really prevalent. Here it's not as bad in other places, so I would look to go back. I think the best case scenario, we go back for like a week and then take finals where we can review and stuff like that, and then we're out. I mean, it just depends on what they do with the schedule. I don't know, how they're going to do that yet or not. I don't know what old Andy's plan is for that stuff, but we'll find out, post haste, I would think. They should announce something by the end of next week. I think if we're lucky, we'll get to have graduation, maybe, you know. There might not be anybody in the arena when you graduate, but they'll have to watch it on, I don't know, YouTube or something, I guess. Or the school's channel. That'd be a good way to do it. That'd keep everybody from yelling after everybody's name. Just go up, get your diploma, and walk right back out. Just put everybody 6 feet apart, all that good stuff. Well, Haley, you know, nobody anticipates stuff like this happening, but you got to roll with the punches sometimes. And I'm not saying you won't have a graduation. I'm saying the way to do it would be just to bring the students in, leave the parents, grandparents, and stuff like that to watch, have viewing parties or something. I don't know. That would make sense to me. Might not make sense to everybody else, but it makes sense to me. I just want y'all to graduate and get out of my hair. Joking. It shows there's noise on my mic when it's totally silent in here. Must be one of my dogs snoring or something. Everybody see my babies over there asleep? They've been very happy with me home all day, every day. Excuse me. Yeah, well, look at the bright side, Haley. At least you'll graduate. You'll have that high school diploma. And if you got Marlena's phone number, make sure you text her. All right, somebody else came back in the room. I can monitor how many viewers there are. There were 7, now there's 5. Anybody else have any other questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I think Bella's snoring. That's probably what the noise was. All right, everybody, if there are no other questions, I'm going to end the broadcast. If you have something else you need to get to me with or questions, by all means, email me. I check that several times a day and before I go to bed. So just keep working on your assignments and everybody will probably get an A. Can't guarantee that, but there's a high probability of that, I would think. Thank you, Haley. Good luck on your assignments. like I said, they're not real complicated. It's more reading than it is, and you can always, take a few notes on the reading while you're doing it and then make the quiz easier. But as long as everybody passes the quiz, I think that's good. So. All right, anybody else have questions? Last call for questions. Well, Marlena, the mystery student that hasn't even logged into Business U yet and done any of her assignments. Sorry, Marlena, I had to call you out. Bye, Haley. Bye, Alex. Marlena, if you need your login for the Business U site, make sure you send me an email. I'll check that in just a few minutes. If you have your login, then you got a lot of work to do in the next, but you got about 36 hours to get all those assignments in. All right, absolute last call for questions. Questions. Who has a question? Oh, and Marlena, we did discuss what we were going to do with your work hours since nobody's working right now. So there's probably going to be an assignment posted up Monday of some kind. More than likely, it's going to be some kind of writing assignment. So I do have one back in the bag. I got to dig it out, but I got to make sure we're still using Turnitin so I can do that one. If not, then it'll be something else. Well, Catherine, you kind of have to look through the schedule of assignments and see what's there should be. See if I can pull it up here real quick. Like pending tasks and things like that. Some of it extends a little farther down past week 3. So you just need to make sure that you get anything that is green on your like your dashboard or whatever. There should pop up what tasks are due. So I mean, if that makes any sense. If you see right here on my screen where it says Intro to Management, and it's got these green check marks over here, anything that's green, you need to make sure is done. Like, I've got stuff all the way from semester 1, week 1, all the way through week 5. So all those things are going to be need to be done by the end of the next week. Like week 6, we'll start. I'll post those up after, probably the last week of April or something like that. It seems like a lot, but it's not really that much information. It's not that hard of stuff to do. Usually there's one page of reading, and you take a couple quizzes on it, and there might be, some other stuff that I've added in there. So just make sure that you go in and look at everything that's done. Bye, Mr. Marlena. Have a great day and get your work done. Catherine, did that answer your question? All right, if that's it, I'm going to drop off here for the day. We'll probably do this again on Monday when I can go through